Greetings and welcome to St. Augustine, Florida and Flagler College. It's Division II men's lacrosse. Florida Tech travels to St. Augustine to take on the Flagler Saints. Coaches are greeting at midfield. The teams are getting the referees' instructions, and we are a few minutes from the opening face-off. Florida Tech comes into this game with a 0-1 record, losing to defending national champs and number one ranked Tampa by a score of 13-7. Flagler College comes in with a record of 1-2 with a victory over Palm Beach Atlantic on the 10th. Lost to Tampa by a score of 22-7 on Wednesday, and lost a season opener in a one-goal heartbreaker to Embry-Riddle by a score of 11-10. I am Ray Carnicelli bringing you tonight's action. Follow me on Twitter at Lax904. The goalies get their instructions. Francisco for Florida Tech. Lair for Flagler College. Out there for the face-off for Flagler is Jake Griffin. Cooper Leonard comes in for the Panthers. 11 of 21. And we are underway. Straight into the restraining area, and it's covered and controlled by Flagler. There's Pritchard. Gives it off to McDonald. And Makusis. Opening face-off win for the Saints. Logan Tobias. Pressing way out on defense are the Panthers. McDonald gets a step towards the middle. Left-handed cradle, sweeping. That's from behind. There's the flag. Flagler maintains possession, so it's a free possession. So once Florida Tech gets the ball or it goes out of bounds, there'll be a penalty assessed, but Flagler controls it. Colton Reynolds over to McDonald. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Backhanded shot by Makusis goes wide. A little bit of a cross-hander coming around that goal line extended. So here's an extra man opportunity for Flagler. Onto the field comes Drew Flagg. Douglas and McDonald. Garrett McNulty. "30-second penalty, 60-second shot clock." This might be a delay of game on Florida Tech. Their late substitution, but the referees are giving them a little leeway. Flagler in goal, setting up in a 3-3. McNulty up top. Back over to Douglas. Rotating around, a little bit of a backdoor opportunity. Shot. Score! Early goal by McDonald on the extra man. Came around that goal line extended with his left hand to the middle, uncovered. No help, no slide, and Francisco is hung out to dry, and the Flagler Saints take a 1-0 lead. Good ball movement by Flagler College. Not much deception, just a little bit of a rotation. Should have been some man coming from the crease to help out on that backdoor sneak. He wasn't there. And here's a face-off win for Griffin. Gets the touch in, over to McDonald, the goal scorer. And Flagler has the lead and has the ball. And onto the field come the first-line middies. Ideal start for Flagler. Couple of face-off wins and an extra man goal. There's Tobias. 5-goal performance against Palm Beach Atlantic earlier in the season. Oh, a little risky pass. I don't know if he got a touch on it. He did not. That's just an errant pass. So unforced error by the Flagler Saints. Palm Beach looking for, Florida Tech looking for the quick restart. They don't get it. uncontested up to the midfield line. Successful clear for the Panthers. First look at the Panther offense. DePlank into the offensive end comes Turpak. Heavy pressure outside of the restraining area. Luke Pollock down the right-hand alley. Luke Pollock looks to load up. Decides to dish it back behind. The Jacksonville University transfer Pollock. Now there's a feed to the crease. Force feed, and it's going to be picked up. The loose ball is picked up. There's no reset on the shot clock. Got to watch the hold call. There it is. That's the hold. We saw it. Coach Duncan doesn't agree, but it was a good call. Looks like the play's going to stop on a turnover, but it's a tough call. You're playing good defense. You're throwing checks. It gets hung up, and clearly a hold. So we saw Jacksonville score on a man-up opportunity, and now it's a turn for the Florida Tech Panthers. Stewart over to Turpak. Flagler's packed in very tight, tempting the Panthers to test him from the outside. 10 seconds on the penalty. There's Turpak looking for that rotation, and it's intercepted. That's a turnover. Gonzalez picked that one right out of the air on that risky pass, and here come the Saints. Successful penalty kill, successful clear, and the Saints are on offense. There's Tyler Douglas with a head of steam, looking for some help. He's joined on the line by Logan Tobias. Looking for some early offense in the substitution. Backdoor cut. And it was picked off. It was a good look on the backdoor cut. The pass just was a little slow. And there's a feed to the far side. Flagler with a quick tempo on offense here. Reynolds. There's a shot high, but McDonald's there to back it up. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 10:30 on the game clock. Flagler brings it in. Off the pick from behind. McNulty. Back to Tobias. Short time on the shot clock. He's not going to get it off. Got to look right as the clock expired, but they're going to say that was a shot clock violation before the shot. So a good defensive stand by the Florida Tech Panthers. And a successful clear as Stecher controls. Back over to the offensive end to Stewart. Turpak. Over to Carte. Ball is loose and picked up by Flagler. Nice defensive ground ball. Weaving across the midfield line with a head of steam. It's a 5-on-4 break. Odd man rush. McDonald couldn't handle it. Pass was a little low. He was sprinting. Couldn't reach back and catch it. So that's the way Flagler plays. They play fast, and sometimes it comes back to bite you. And in that time, wasted possession for Flagler College. Clearing towards the sideline. Breaks through. Successful clear by Florida Tech. Razgani, left-handed, heavy pressure from the defense all the way out at the restraining line. Good patience by the Florida Tech offense. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Back over to Stewart. Stewart's going to have a run off the pick. Good switch by the Flagler Saints. Stewart's going to have a run. Well defended. Stewart's going to back out, take a run at Gonzalez. 6 on the shot clock, trying to get underneath, brings it back to his left hand, deflected, rebound, blocked. They're going to reset the shot clock. So they're going to give that save to Lair and a reset of the shot clock. DePlank controls. Back up top to Stewart. Stewart looks to invert, taking the short stick behind as he trots behind the goal line extended with that short man on short man behind the cage. Early help from Flagler in the switch off. Good job recovering to the crease. There's a feed to the crease shot off the post. Reset on the shot clock, controlled by the Panthers. Nice ball movement right now from Florida Tech. DePlank lets it go and he scores! Goal by number 5, Nate DePlank. So those extended possessions, working the shot clock, recovering the rebound, backing it out, resetting the offense, and Florida Tech takes advantage of that second possession, ties it up with 7:25 to go in quarter number 1. Withholding? We'll see if they call withholding. No, they're calling holding. I didn't see a holding call. You might have seen a withholding, which is protecting the ball from anybody getting to it, withholding it from play, but they called a holding against Flagler on the loose ball. So no penalty, just a change of possession. And here comes Florida Tech with a head of steam down that alley is Turpak, working it behind. Swift ball movement from the men in black. There's Carte. Little deception with the stick fake. Back behind to DePlank. DePlank pushing the right goal line. He's open, shot just wide. Deflected and covered up by Flagler College. They've got some men on the foreground. Across the midfield line, another sloppy play in transition. That's a couple of possessions where Flagler's just gone a little too fast for their own good, and here's an opportunity in transition. Looks like he wants to keep that in his right hand as Luke Pollock. Back across to DePlank, to Pollock. Carte to Pollock. He's got that shorty. Looks like he favors that right hand as he's stripped of the ball. It's loose. Oh, little overcommittal by the Flagler defense. Shovel pass to the crease. It's loose. Nice ground ball by Flagler. That's Gonzalez racing across the midfield line. A little bit of separation. It's a 4-on-3. He's going to step down. He shoots. Save right to the stick of Francisco. And the ball is loose. Heavy pressure. Long pole on long pole into the offensive end. Advantage Flagler College. Timeout Flagler. So good ride after that turnover, and Flagler gets the ball back with 5:37 to go in quarter number 1. Our score is Florida Tech 1, Flagler 1. Fast-paced game here, back and forth, a little bit of a track meet in quarter number 1. Flagler's had a couple of turnovers in transition, but we're able to ride and get the ball back. Looking for the restart is Garrett Moore. Garrett Moore is joined by Ty Tom. There's McDonald with the ball. Heavy pressure. Now here's a short stick matchup for McDonald. See if they take advantage of it. He bounces it over to Moore. Little skip pass. Moore down low, looking for Makusis. Shot, score! Makusis from Moore on the backdoor sneak off the skip pass. So some rapid, swift ball movement from the Flagler Saints. They find the dangerous Makusis on the backdoor sneak once again. Gets underneath with 5:01 to go in quarter number one. The score is Flagler 2, Florida Tech 1. Battle at the face-off spot. They're going to say that. Oh, that shouldn't be a flag. Referee threw a flag. I didn't see a penalty. I may have seen a loose ball push, but certainly not a flag. Oh, they're going to say illegal body check. That's a little bit of a surprise. It looked like he may have shoved him in the hip. I don't know what was illegal about it in terms of a body check. He didn't hit him high, didn't throw the elbow. It's a contact sport, but referee says it was, so it's a 1 minute extra man opportunity. It's a break for Florida Tech. There's Pollock. Over to DePlank. Razgani. Can't handle that pass. There's some swift passing. There's a feed to the crease. Opportunity closed down by Gonzalez, and it's a loose ball. Flagler laying out for those ground balls. He comes up with it. That is great hustle. There's a goalie interference right there. No call. It looked like he hit Lair's stick, but great defensive effort on the man down. So this is a man down clear. That's a break, but it's going to go right back to Florida Tech. Penalty releases. Still unsettled situation. Gonzalez comes up with another ground ball. Unsettled situation. Nice handle. It's got a man on the backside, and the pass is high. He had the option to shoot, had the option to pass. Both good options, but the errant pass goes out of bounds, and a dangerous opportunity for Flagler College. The ball gets turned over back to Florida Tech. Could hear Coach Duncan tell him to take a deep breath and slow down. He usually doesn't tell people to slow down, but Flagler's playing a little helter-skelter in transition right now. They've had 3 or 4 breaks where they've thrown it away uncontested. They've got 4 seconds to get it across, and they do. A little bit of a double team. What a great check. Oh, and Pritchard does a nice job of getting rid of it. He's de-sticked. Failure on the ground ball by Drew Flagg. Getting a little bit sloppy on both ends right now. These coaches seem to like this pace. They just want a little more control. Ball is spending a lot of time on the ground right now. Carte ends up with the ball after about 3 or 4 changes in possession. Stecher comes out. Pritchard steps out to cover him. Had a steam. He's going to have a take, and Lair corrals it. Up to Gonzalez. He's got a man up front. Here's a 4-on-3 opportunity. There's a shot right to the goalie stick, and it goes in. It was originally blocked. The deflection just couldn't corral it. Went right through the goalie stick, into his stick and out the back. And Flagler with a timely goal from the long pole. John Kersey winds up from about 15 yards out, and Francisco just can't control it. Griffin comes up with another face-off win. Quick shot, just off the mark. That's a good take. Gets buried after the shot, an illegal hit. Makusis brings it in. So Flagler on offense, leading 3-1. There's Reynolds. Back to Drew Flagg, to Makusis. Tobias. Back to Reynolds. It's another sloppy pass. Unforced error once again by Flagler. They have a 2-goal lead, but they've thrown the ball away quite a bit. Turnovers are starting to mount. Successful clear. Nice clear by Engler. Stecher. Good defense and good patience. And then the check comes in. Ball is on the ground, picked up by Flagler. Takeaway, ground ball, and there's Flagler turning it over once again. Just not valuing the possessions. All that hard work on the ground ball, the takeaway check, the clear, it's all for nothing. Got to give a lot of credit on the defense. That was number that was number 80, Ethan Lyles, did a really nice job getting the ball to the other end. And Asher Minnick had the takeaway check, had the ground ball, had the clear, and then a turnover at the other end. So it's going to be a delay of game call, I believe. Got to give him 5 yards on the restart. So another opportunity for Florida Tech on the man up. They're just going to hold the ball for possession in the second quarter. There'll be no face-off because of the penalty. And that is the end of one quarter of play. Our score is Flagler 3, Florida Tech 1. So at the end of one quarter of play, the score is Flagler 3, Florida Tech 1. Goal scorers for Flagler: Antonis Makusis with a goal, John Kersey with the pole goal, and Trace McDonald with that lefty backdoor sneak. For Florida Tech, it's Nate DePlank. Face-offs. 3 face-off victories for Flagler, 2 for Florida Tech. 7 shots for Flagler, 6 for Florida Tech, and saves 2 for Nate Lair and 1 for Francisco. 9 turnovers in a quarter for Flagler. That's a lot. 8 for Florida Tech. That's a lot. Both of the coaches are going to emphasize cleaning up those turnovers. Play fast, but play under control. And here comes Florida Tech with an extra man opportunity. There's a shot. Kick save. That's a save by Lair. Controls it. Got 15 seconds to get it across from this point, so just need to be patient. Got to go back to the goalie right there. 4 seconds. And that's failure to clear. Did not like that clear from Flagler. They took the goalie and out of the play and went for those long passes. They had some opportunities and men open, but got to play with your head up. When they go back and watch that film, they're not going to be happy with that one. Now here's an opportunity. Time, space, shot wide. And Florida Tech is there to pick it up. DePlank's going to bring it in, covered by Pritchard. DePlank with the right-handed cradle on the shorty, decides to dish it off to Cart. Well defended. There's Stewart. Gonzalez comes up with it. One-handed cradle. Some nifty cradling by the long pole. And they push it forward. Wasn't pretty, but they got the ball across the midfield line and back to the offense. Feel a lot of comfort when Makusis has it in his stick, which he does. So Makusis pressing the issue here as Flagler runs some substitutions. Tobias now has it with that short stick matchup. Over to Reynolds. Reynolds splits back to his left hand. Tobias, he's going to have a take, and it's wide, but Makusis is there to back it up. 35 seconds on the shot clock. Makusis working that two-man game with Tobias behind the goal. Slips off the pick. Makusis trying to get to the front and loses the ball. Not sure if that was some backhanded attempt, behind the back attempt, but ends up in the stick of Francisco, and Florida Tech racing across the midfield line. Back on offense come the Panthers. There's Stecher. Stecher's got a little step, decides to pass it off. Thought he had a look at the cage. Nice hitch. Good help from Flagler. That was really nice defense on that little switch off. The defender bit on the hitch, had a half a step, but there was help on the way. Florida Tech is being selective with their takes. There's a shot from distance, and Lair controls it. Stecher tried to test from about 14 yards out, and Lair was there to not only save it, he caught it, and there's the outlet. Great defensive stand. That was great team defense by the Saints. Now they're going to press the issue as McDonald trying to get to the front. Shot, score! Goal by McDonald. Started with the Lair save. Beautiful clear, and McDonald had a little room, got underneath, great stick protection, gets to the front of the cage, and extends Flagler's lead to 4-1. So at one end, we saw a good helping team defense from Flagler. On the other end, McDonald got to the front, beat his man, and there was no help. It was just a matter of getting that shot past Francisco, which he did. There's a forward face-off push in favor of Florida Tech, but Flagler comes up with the ground ball, winning the faceoff, and they immediately turn it over. The turnovers are the bane of Coach Duncan's existence right now, and here's some transition opportunity. Shot deflected. Looked like Pritchard ate that one up. Goalie out, and deflected. He ate 2 shots up. It's getting physical behind the cage. Flagler players diving and laying out, and it's going to stay with Florida Tech. Little unsettled defense. Flagler's got to man up here, find out who's covering who. Those scrambled, unsettled situations, you can lose your mark, but both teams regroup and reset. DePlank working it back behind. 38 seconds on the shot clock. DePlank controls. There's a shot. Score! Used his defender as a screen, caught Lair on his heels, and DePlank gets Florida Tech's second goal of the evening. A lot of energy out of that Florida Tech bench after that goal. There were people flying around. The Flagler defense ate a couple shots. Florida Tech did not give up on those ground balls, and it paid off with DePlank with a little shot around his defender. Finds the back of the net. It's been a great face-off battle so far tonight. That one controlled by the Panthers. Into the offensive end. Here they go. 4-2 is our score. Weaving, shot just off the mark. Good little split from left to right. From right to left. And Florida Tech is there to back it up. They've got some energy on the sideline. Valenti controls. He's got a little room. There's a take. Shot saved by Lair, and he controls it. That's a clear for Flagler. They need to control the ball a little bit on offense. They've had these turnovers, playing a lot of defense here in quarter number 2. Here's an opportunity. It's Garrett Moore. Back up to Wilson. Over to Ty Tom. McNulty to Miskusis. Back up to Wilson. Who's going to initiate the offense? I think Ty Tom's going to have a run at it with the right-handed cradle. Splits back to his left. Beats his man. Gets the defense spinning. Ball was on the ground for a moment. And he stings the top right corner. Goal by number 15 for Flagler, Garrett Moore. Right where the pipe meets the crossbar. Just snuck it in. Left-handed rip from about 13 yards out, and Garrett Moore gives Flagler a 5-2 lead. .13 seconds to get it across. Back into the offense for Florida Tech. That's Stecher. Stecher controls, beats his man, gets the defense spinning, got a little backdoor opportunity, and they throw it away. So that aggressive defense from the Flagler Saints and a little sloppy ball handling from Florida Tech Panthers, and it's Flagler ball. A lot of turnovers, 11 so far for Flagler and 10 for Florida Tech midway through quarter number 2. There's McNulty to Tom. Wilson. Everyone's getting a touch. There's McDonald. Makusis. Everyone touched the ball that time around. Just trying to get that defense moving, and where the point of attack comes, we'll find out shortly as Garrett Moore down that right alley. Rolls back. Adjacent pressure. Moore keeps. Oh, nice ground ball. Let's see what they call here. They're giving the ball back to Florida Tech. I think they're going to call an interference call. I did not see it. And Florida Tech has the ball back on offense. Turpak. Griffin Martin. Back up to Turpak. There's Stecher. Over to Carte. Carte working his way towards the front. Loses possession of the ball momentarily. Florida Tech comes up with it. Resetting the offense is Stecher. There's Turpak. He's going to have a run. He's got a little room. Low angle shot. Goes wide. Stays with Florida Tech with 21 seconds on the shot clock. 5-2 is our score. Nice defense on this possession so far for Flagler, but here comes Florida Tech. Switching, weaving, shot saved by Lair. Didn't see a reset of the shot clock there, so I'm not sure if it was a save. They're gonna talk about the shot clock here, I think. Florida Tech's calling for the reset. If it hits the post or hits the goalie, it should be a reset, and I'm not sure if it hit either. It sure looked like it deflected. I'm not sure what the ruling on the side of the net is, though. I think that's what they're discussing right now. They certainly didn't give the signal for the reset. Okay, 8 seconds on the shot clock. So the shot clock ran after the ball went out of bounds. So this is a break for Flagler. So it's still enough time to get a little look to the crease. Oh, they're gonna ask for the reset now. Oh, Coach Duncan's not gonna like this one. So they're gonna say that it was a save. Good news for Nate Lair and his save statistics, but bad news for Flagler's possession here. And that's an off-balance shot, goes over the cage. As a former goalie, I might take that save and pad the stats and say, okay, keep shooting. But I'm sure Coach Duncan would have preferred the short shot clock. But the result is Florida Tech ball once again. 42 seconds on the shot clock. Heavy pressure comes. The ball works back behind. 5:47 in the half. Heavy pressure. That's some stout defense. There's a shot from distance and sails over the goal. Really nice defense from Parker Collins. He's covered a big, stout attacker and face guarding him and bodied up around the goal line extended. 18 on the shot clock. There's the plank. He's got a look. Shot, score! Well-placed shot off the goalie's knee on that right-handed alley dodge. And Florida Tech gets their third goal of the evening. Our score with 5:23 in quarter number 2 is Flagler 5, Florida Tech 3. A lot of credit there on that shot. Got a step. He ran downhill, didn't lose his angle, kept running towards that near side post and shot to the far side. Get the goalie drifting off his angle a little bit, and well-placed shot. And that's a nice ground ball for Flagler College. Tyler Douglas into the offensive end. There's a little bit of a helter-skelter rush, whether that's they're going to call a delayed crease violation, but it's a no call as the ball is controlled by Florida Tech. Trying to string together a couple of goals here in transition. Looking. Dish it off, and now they're going to pump the brakes, slow it down as DePlank waits for some help. Walenti dishes it off to McKee. Patrick Stewart. Interference. Moving pick. Long looping clearing pass across the midfield line, and here comes Flagler back into the offensive end. McDonald, who opened the scoring here today, back to Makusis. There's Tobias to Reynolds. As Tyler Douglas steps on across the midfield line, and Flagler's back on offense, nursing a 2-goal lead with 3:49 in the half. Reynolds to Douglas. Douglas with a nice little split back to the middle. Loading up, shot over the cage, but Makusis is there to back it up. That was a nice little split dodge. Started with his left hand, switched back to his right, and got a half a step. Here comes Makusis. Low angle shot goes wide. McDonald's there to back it up. 30 seconds on the shot clock. 2-shot possession so far for the Flagler Saints. There's McDonald likes that left hand, decides to back out, works it back behind to Reynolds, to Makusis, tries to split the defense with a skip pass through traffic, and a lot of pulls in the way, knocks that one down, but 7 seconds on the shot clock as McDonald rolls with his right hand, shot, save! Beautiful split save, and just as important, controls the rebound. Francisco with a beauty there in short shot clock time, and here comes Florida Tech into the offense. That's Engler. Engler's got a head of steam. Good angles, loads up, shot, saved by Lair. Lair stood his ground, took one in his chest protector, and heavy pressure on the ride right now. Oh, beautiful clear by Gonzalez. Oh, and he throws it away. Another turnover for Flagler. These are uncontested turnovers. Now here's a dangerous, unsettled situation. Slits back to the middle, shot, save! One-on-one save by Nate Lair. There's the outlet pass, and another turnover for Flagler. This is a good timeout. Boy, Flagler is making some opportunities, and they're making their work harder for themselves with these turnovers. Now up to 15 in the first half. We're going to go ahead and take a break. With 2:15 to go, our score is Flagler 5, Florida Tech 3. DePlank controls for Florida Tech. Coming out of that timeout with some rapid ball movement now for the Panthers. Turpak, well defended. Dishes it off to Stewart, working it back behind to DePlank. The lefty looks and looks, surveys the field. Now he's going to bounce it back up top. Little bit of a mishandle, and that's a turnover. Caused turnover by Pritchard. Really nice defensive effort there. Threw a check and picked up the ground ball. That's a stolen possession for the Saints. Minute and a half in the half. Flagler would love to eat a little bit of clock and score a goal, go into halftime with a couple of goal lead. Here comes Ty Tom stretching the defense way out. He drew the long pole all the way up towards the midfield line. Worked off the Garrett Moore pick, and Moore comes up with it. That's Garrett Moore. Has a goal on the day. Makusis over to McNulty. Back up top to Wilson. And here comes Ty Tom. He's got the short stick this time. Splits back to his left. He's got room. Time, space. Loads up. High bouncer. Goes wide. Off the mark. 25 seconds on the shot clock. 45 seconds on the game clock. Makusis, he likes to take it himself in these situations. Backing the defense out. Pushing that right goal line. Looking to get to the front. Bounces it back up top. Long pass to Wilson. There's Garrett Moore. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Moore from distance. He shoots. He scores. Garrett Moore with a 14-yard low-to-low ripper. And what a perfect position for Flagler College with a short-time goal. 27 seconds remain. It's 6-3. The Saints of Flagler lead the Panthers of Florida Tech. Some gritty play on that possession. Got to give a lot of credit to Thomas Pritchard, the captain, with the takeaway in the defensive end to steal that possession back. And this is a very important face-off. If you're Flagler, going into halftime with a 6-3 lead would be very, very positive against this ranked Panther team. And an opportunity to extend that lead on the face-off violation. So here come the Flagler Saints. They're going to call a timeout with 21 seconds left. 21 seconds left in the half. Flagler going to try to draw something up in short time. Just to go through some of the first half stats here so far. The advantage in face-offs, 6-4. So 60% for the face-offs for Flagler. That's been part of the story. And then the turnovers. Flagler's battled through 15 turnovers, while Florida Tech has committed 12. But Flagler's caused 9 turnovers, so that's that aggressive defense from the Saints earning those possessions back. Back to the action here. Coming out of that timeout. See what Coach Duncan and Coach King have drawn up for this short time play. Garrick McNulty starts with the ball to the goalie's left alley. Back to Reynolds. Reynolds is going to initiate from the restraining line. Back out to Tyler Douglas. Douglas trying to get to the front, keeping it in his right hand, runs through a double team, rolls back, heavy pressure, sticks are flying, and there's a flag down. The flag was before the whistle blew, so I suspect that they're going to give Flagler the ball with about 1 second left. They will hold it, which will eliminate a second half faceoff. the flag should have stopped the clock on that. It shouldn't have allowed Florida Tech to pick the ball up. It looks like it's halftime, but I don't think it is. I think they're going to make this call and put a second or two back on the clock. Okay, so it's a holding penalty. They're gonna say that the clock ran out, but there was possession awarded to Flagler. That's why there's no face-off. So we are at the half. Our score is Flagler 6, Florida Tech 3. Back to the action here at Flagler College. Our halftime score is 6-3. The Flagler Saints over number 18 Florida Tech. The first half ended in a holding penalty against Florida Tech. So it'll be an extra man opportunity for the Flagler Saints with no face-off. Goal scorers in the first half: Garrett Moore for Flagler with 2 goals, Trace McDonald 2 goals, McCusis with a goal, and John Kersey with a goal. Hat-trick for Nate DePlank has the 3 goals so far for Florida Tech. And we are ready for second half action and an extra man opportunity for Flagler College. "30-second penalty. Have to get right into this extra man offense. It's a tester. Shot is deflected. It's still a shot, so that's going to be Flagler ball. So there's 33 seconds on the shot clock. The penalty is released. Heavy pressure. McDonald loses his stick and the ball, so heavy pressure. Here's a dangerous opportunity for Florida Tech. Shot and a score. Early offense, early goal. Razgani with the goal, and 6-4 is our score. That goal comes with just 48 seconds into the second half. That turnover, once again, the turnover bug for for Flagler College on offense. Just a dangerous pass. Defender was closing in as that pass was lobbed the attacker's way. And just need a little better ball protection if you're Flagler College, but the defense is playing very aggressive for Florida Tech. Griffin with another face-off win. Back to Pritchard. Pritchard into the offense. Flagler working through their substitution. There's McDonald. Back to McCusis. McNulty runs away from pressure. McCusis gets a half a step, pressing that goal line. Back to Garrett Moore. Over to Ty Tom. Garrett Moore is going to initiate the offense. Back to McCusis. He's got the defender hung up. He's alone behind the cage. Gets to survey the offense as Flagler weaves. Plenty of time on the shot clock. No need to rush. The defense has the little bit hung up. Now he's going to push that right goal line. Low angle shot. 18 seconds on the shot clock as it's backed up by Tom. Tom. Shot goes wide off the mark. There's 5 seconds left. Not a lot of time to get the offense going. We'll see if Flagler subs the defense. They don't. They're going to push it. Garrett Moore off the mark. So a defensive stand shot clock violation against Flagler College. They got a couple of shots, couldn't hit the target. So Florida Tech controls. Successful clear. Back on offense. Engler gets it back up into the offense. That's DePlank. 3 goals on the day for DePlank. All 3 of Florida Tech's goals for number 5 in black. There's Stetcher. Working it back around to DePlank. Back up top to Turpak. There's Turpak. Looking left-handed shot off the mark. Was looking for that far pipe. Had a little space. About 6 inches wide. Razgani. Razgani. There's Pollock. Rolls back to his right hand. Head up, working it back behind the cage. DePlank. Turpak. He's got room with his right hand. Backs out, feeds back. Crease shot, score! Goal by Luke Pollock. Turpak with the assist. Became a threat running down that alley, and he found the big man Pollock on the crease. Nice catch and finish in traffic for Luke Pollock, and it's a one-goal game. Back-to-back goals to start the second half for Florida Tech. It's 6-5. Flagler on top with 11:41 remaining in quarter number 3. Battle at the X. Picked up by Florida Tech. It was Connor Young. Stewart. Back up top to Carte. Early help on the slide / double. Flagler backs out and recovers as Carte controls. There's McKee. See if that ball makes it to the midfield line. It does at the over and back call. There it is. Referee gets it. Ball did cross the midfield line. So, they're going to call offsides. They're going to say the yellow player for Flagler stepped across the midfield line. Boy, I thought it was over and back before anyone stepped over the line. As soon as the ball went over first. And that's what Coach Duncan's arguing right now, that the ball, as soon as the ball crossed the midfield line, it should have been over and back. But the result is Florida Tech ball. DePlank bounces it back up top. This is some good ball movement now. It rings the crossbar. That was McKee with that shot. It's going to stay with Florida Tech. Lozito brings it in. Stewart. Valenti. Back to Lozito. To DePlank. Razgani's got the short stick, feeds to the crease. Ball is loose in front. Important ground ball, and it's picked up by Gonzalez. He lets Lair control it. So a defensive stop for Flagler College. Tyler Douglas brings it across the midfield line. Not a lot of offense here so far in quarter number 3 for Flagler College. Logan Tobias has been quiet today. He's got a little room. Makusis showing early attention on the help for when Makusis touches the ball. And here comes Tobias. McDonald forces that switch shot, and it's deflected in front. That's offsides by Black. He stepped over the line. Good call. Very obvious. His foot was on the line. So it's going to stay Flagler ball. They're going to reset the shot clock. They do. Makusis controls. 6-5 is our score with Flagler on top of Florida Tech. 8:27 in quarter number 3. Tyler Douglas. Back to Tobias. Feeds to the X. Makusis has him hung up once again. A little bit of a head fake and rings it off the crossbar. Flagler's there to back it up. He didn't have a lot of room to operate, but he got his stick to the middle and hit the pipe, which reset the shot clock once again. Here comes Tobias. Back to McDonald. Oh, he double clutched, lost the ball. Playing without a stick. Interference call. So, interference. Change of possession back to Florida Tech. Pancuccian across the midfield line. To Valenti. Stecher. Over to Turpak. Back to Stecher. There's Pollock. Had that last goal for Florida Tech. Runs through the screen. Throwing checks is Gonzalez. Razgani working it around. There's Stecher. Stecher once again. Trying to get underneath. Back to his right hand. Shot saved by Lair. That's a shot. Who's going to run it out? Might stay in bounds. Nice ground ball by Razgani. Playing with his head up. He's got Pollock. Shot, score! Luke Pollock from about 15 yards out. Snaps a shot off and ties it up at 6 with 6:33 to go. Luke Pollock with his second goal of the evening. Face-off violation against Florida Tech. Here come the Saints. Garrett Moore over to Ty Tom. There's Garrett Moore. Of a hitch step, feeds back. Low angle shot just goes wide. So number 15 in white, Garrett Moore, and number 52 in black, Luke Pollock, both former Jacksonville University players. Each have 2 goals on the evening. There's McDonald. Great check. Nice little lift on the back end. And that's a clear odd man rush. Opportunities uncovered. Shot, score! Goal for Florida Tech. That was number 47, Brett Nastos, with the goal. Uncovered in transition. Great takeaway check in the defensive end. And Florida Tech has their first lead of the evening. The score is 7-6 with 5:28 to go in quarter number 3. Jack Moranto out there for the face-off for Florida Tech. Griffin for Flagler. It's an 8-5 advantage for Florida Tech on the face-offs. Make that 8-6 as that one gets awarded to to Florida Tech. Physical play. Little bit of a scrum for the ball. Boy, Gonzalez, dangerous cradling in traffic. And that ball is going to come back out, and it's going to be controlled by the Panthers. Razgani over to Carte. Back to Razgani. Martin, ball is back on the ground. And Flagler comes up with it. Long pass upfield, and it's on the ground once again. So that's another turnover committed by the Saints. Martin, covered by Gonzalez. Here comes Martin. Loading up. Dishes it back off. Martin controls. Shot saved by Lair. Critical ground balls. Flagler comes up with it. They need some possession. Playing a lot of defense. Need to value this ball a little bit more as McDonald controls. Douglas splits the defense as Tyler Douglas gets to the X. Makusis to Reynolds. Here comes Logan Tobias. Back to Makusis. There's a shot. Ooh, that's close. That's close. They're going to keep it with yellow. That was close. The Florida Tech bench doesn't like that call, but nice save by Francisco. Reynolds is going to have a run at it. Another shot from distance. Goalie's going down on all of these shots. Flagler just keeps shooting low. Those high bouncers might trip him up a little bit as he's going down on those low shots, and the ball's coming back up. Here comes Makusis. Got the shorty on him. Quick help. There's time, space, shot. Little split. Another great save. Rebound goes wide. Oh, that's high. That's high hit. The flag is down. 2:14 on the third quarter clock. See if they lock him in at all. He is going to lock him in, so it's full-time serve, but I think it was just 1 minute. Referees have discretion on those high hits, whether they want to give them 1, 2, or 3 minutes, depending on intent. 1 minute, full-time serve. Here Coach Duncan saying, let's get a couple out of this. So can't get it the second one till you get the first one. Here comes McDonald. Makusis. Shot deflected. And nice ground ball picked up. It's going to be Florida Tech ball as they attempt to kill this penalty. Riley Wagner not only ate up that shot, picked up the ground ball. Now that's Wagner working in the clear, the big lefty. Nice stick handling across the midfield line. Yaku. And here comes Florida Tech. 15 seconds in the penalty. There's Turpak feeding down low. He's got a man on the backside. Didn't see him. Turpak. Nice successful penalty kill. Penalty has released as Luke Pollock steps onto the field calling for the ball. Pollock receives it. There's Pollock. Left-handed cradle down the left alley. Back over to Turpak. Cross to Sesher. Backside feed on the skip pass. Time, space, shot saved by Lair. Save and a catch. Oh, good ball movement on the clear. Short time. Offsides. Might get a. Oh, they're gonna keep it with Flagler, or no, they're gonna. So that was an offsides at the midfield line as Flagler attempted to tie it up. Ball goes back to Florida Tech. Successful clear. Try to set up a last shot here. Under 17 seconds in quarter number 3. Nice angle to the cage. Feed to the crease. Shot. Score! Quick strike by Stewart. Stewart found himself drifting open on the crease. Catch and finish with 9 seconds remaining in the quarter. And it's the largest lead of the day for the Florida Tech Panthers. Score is 8-6. Definite momentum swing in that quarter. Griffin with the ball. 5 seconds. Steps in. Shot save. Francisco with a clutch save on Griffin's attempt off the faceoff. And we are at the end of 3 quarters of play. Our score is Florida Tech 8, Flagler 6. The statistics through 3 quarters, a couple of things that jump out at me. Nate Lair with 11 saves to just 8 goals against, so well above 50% for the goalie for Flagler. The turnovers continue to mount for both teams. Flagler has 22 turnovers, 7 in that quarter. 15 for Florida Tech, so that's 7 extra possessions just off of the turnovers. Face-off advantage for Flagler. Griffin's done a nice job. He's won 9 of 15. He wants number 16. And let's see what they call here. Somebody came out of the box too early. So they're going to say that the Florida Tech player came out of the restraining area before the possession was picked up by either team. So that's going to be a violation. And the ball goes to Garrett Moore and the Flagler Saints. Ty Tom, been quiet on the day. Back up top to Wilson. He shoots, and it's a save. Willie Bateman seeing some playing time here. This is Garrett Moore with 2 goals on the day. He's got that short stick matchup. Forcing his way down that right alley. Looks to the middle. Connects on the pass, but ball is disrupted and turned over. Garrett Shaw Nice long outlet pass. A little bit of a stick fake at the midfield line, and good clear for the Panthers. So nice save. And there's a backdoor cut. Wide open shot and a score. Defender got caught sleeping, and there to make him pay was Razgani. Zach Razgani did a nice little backdoor cut. Saw the defender's back, and once you see that back, he can't see you, and slipped behind him. Good look, good strong finish, and Nate Lair little hung out to dry there. Walker Smith got caught sleeping on the defense there, and Florida Tech made him pay. It's now a 3-goal lead with 13:40 to go in the game. Clutch face-off win for Cooper Leonard. Cause turnover, gives the ball back to Flagler. They need to pay this one off. Bateman. Here's Garrett Moore. Moore's got the defense spinning, looks to the backside. There's Tom. Shot, save. Francisco's made some clutch saves here. Turning into a nice little goalie battle with both keepers above 50% right now. Tom's inverting. He's going to take it from behind. Gets to the front. Shot deflected. Feed to the crease. Behind the back shot. Into the defender. So 2 shots on that possession. Unable to capitalize. Now here's an odd man rush. Time, space. Shot wide. Check came diving in. Bodies flying. Ball is backed up and controlled by. It's the plank. There's Cart. Back to Turpak, to Lozito, to Turpak, to Cart. The lefty controls, covered by Pritchard. So Cart wants to take a run at Pritchard, prefers that left hand. He's got his left hand to the front, diving around, shot, score! Diving effort from Cart. You could see him setting up that left hand. He carried it down with his right hand, and as soon as he got past the goal line extended, sprinted back to the front, laid out, got his stick to the middle with a strong finish, and it's a 4-goal Panther lead. Beautiful effort by Cart. The Drexel transfer, 6-foot junior midi. And Griffin comes up with it. Flagler needs to answer here, stop the bleeding. Strong run by Florida Tech. They've got the momentum, they've got the lead, they've got some energy. Francisco in goal in black has made some critical saves here. Oh, it looked like he had an attempt there. Pulled it back. Reynolds. Back to McDonald. Working off that pick. Gets the short stick on the switch. They recover. Reynolds, shot, save! Might have hit the post. Might have hit the post. Way that ball bounced back to the midfield line. They're going to call offsides there. Should go yellow. No, they're gonna say it's Florida Tech ball. I think the other referee's might overrule him here. Nope, staying with black. So that fight at the midfield line pays off for Florida Tech as they earn the ball back. That's Stewart to McKee. Working it back to the plank. Razgani backs out, take the long dodge. Well defended as Shaw puts the ball on the ground. It's Watson. And unforced error, and that's a turnover for Florida Tech. Long pass to Reynolds. Controls at the midfield line. Breaks across. Logan Tobias. Back to Tyler Douglas. Covered by Stecher. Just running into trouble. Trying to get to the perfect spot instead of just getting to a good spot. Heavy pressure, unsettled situation. Playing with the free hand. Let's see what this is called here. Timeout. Flagler called a timeout as soon as they picked up that ball, as it was Willie Bateman hustling over to get into the play. We're going to go ahead and take a break with 9:11 to go in the fourth quarter. Our score is Florida Tech 10, Flagler 6. Back to the action with 9:11 to go in the game. 68 seconds on the shot clock. Flagler coming off of their timeout, has possession. Tom running down that right alley under heavy pressure. Back to Wilson. Over to Garrett Moore. There's Wilson once again. He's pressuring. McDonald weaving his way to the front. Rolls back to his right hand. Shot, and it's deflected. It's a nice little question mark move. Starting left, rolling back to his right, but the defender is in great position. Got him pinned in. Unsettled situation. This is a great opportunity for Flagler in the unsettled. There's Makusis. Shot off the post. That's going to stay with Flagler. McDonald. Garrett Shaw. Balo. Cade Balo. Back to Douglas. Spins out of trouble. Runs through a second defender. Feeds it back behind. Makusis. Garrett Moore. Fake shot. Near side. Off the post once again. Boy, that was a great move by Garrett Moore. Dipped underneath and just couldn't find the back of the net. Makusis working through that pick. Under heavy pressure. Feeds out top. Shot just off the mark. Baylog had a good look at the cage right there, and here's Garrett Moore. Shot off the post again. That's 3 posts here in the fourth quarter so far. Makusis getting some good looks at the cage here. They got to find the back of the net. Down by 4. Makusis. They're finding some success attacking from behind. There's Garrett Moore. Shaw, back to Moore. Controlled by Moore. Baylog hit the deck. Maintained possession. Makusis with 22 seconds on the shot clock. Good move through the pick. They got a man on the backside. That's Shaw hanging his stick. Got to protect that stick a little bit better in traffic. What a save. Francisco made a highlight reel save, and they're going to call a push. So get the shot clock reset, possession, long possession, some good looks at the cage, but can't crack the code with Francisco in the goal right now. There's Tobias. Back out to Douglas. Over to Wilson. Wilson's going to have a run at it. 5:57 to go in the game. Flagler down by 4. They led most of the way. Strong fourth quarter comeback by Florida Tech. Well defended as Makusis was a threat out front. McDonald skips it across to Wilson. Back to Makusis. He's going to have a take, and Francisco eats that one up. Outlet pass. Successful clear. Swims it across the midfield line. Nice job controlling it by Stetcher. And they're going to call a timeout. With 5:15 to go in the game, our score is Florida Tech 8, Flagler 6. .5:15 remaining in the game. Florida Tech with a 10-6 lead and the ball coming off of that timeout. 65 seconds on the shot clock. Expect to see them to spread it out, slow it down, consume some of this shot clock, force Flagler to press out. That's Thomas Pritchard pressing out. Turpak controls. As that defense stretches out and presses out, it's going to open up some things for Florida Tech. So it's a risky but necessary defense. And there you go. There's Stetcher and Turpak. Turpak controls. Just eating the shot clock, and that's a penalty. Flag down, opportunity and a free possession for the Panthers. They're content with taking time off the clock right now, and it puts Flagler at a disadvantage. They've got to stretch out. They become vulnerable. They have to be aggressive, though, down by 4. There's an opportunity. Penetration shot. Check comes in. That was Stewart, and here comes an extra man opportunity for Florida Tech. 1 minute slash against Pritchard. So extra man for Florida Tech. Razgagny back to DePlank. Over to Pollock. It's an opportunity for Florida Tech to just take a minute off the clock. I don't know how much Flagler wants to come and stretch out a man down, and it looks like no sense of urgency for the Panthers. Now there's a shot, sails it over the goal. It was Stewart on the shot. Cart. Time, space, shot just wide. They're going to say that it was a save by Lair and a reset on the shot clock, but Flagler's there to back it up. Not having backup on the extra man. Looks like the penalty has expired.
Start counting down at 3:14.
Okay, so they are still a man down. Struggling on the ground ball. That's going to be Florida Tech ball. Francisco directing the clear. Bouncing towards the midfield line. Unforced error, and that's a turnover. 20th turnover for Florida Tech. Somebody's got to go help him. Makusis. Back up to Tobias. 2.5 minutes. Tom. Overplaying his right hand. He does have a left hand. There is the left hand. Rolls back to his right and forces that pass into traffic. Tobias is there to pick it up. Oh, that's a high hit. That's going to be a couple minutes. It might even be 3. Shot was over the cage, took a high hit. Let's see. They're going to say illegal body check is my guess, and I would have to suspect it's at least 2 minutes locked in. Tobias bounced right back up. 2 minutes locked in. One for the announcer there. Referee's discretion is intent, the level of violence on it. So what they're saying is hit him in the head. Full time. So this is an opportunity for Flagler to claw back in this. Full-time serve. 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Flagler can get an early goal, earn the ball back on the face-off spot, stay man up, and they throw it away. Unforced error. So that was a decent pass, just like Makusis must have taken his eye off, got it lost in the lights. I'm not sure what the reason is, but just a poor time for that to happen when you have a two-minute man advantage. Oh, here's an opportunity for Flagler if they can get this ball back. They've got unsettled. Get it to the shorties. Get this man up, set back up. That pole's got to hustle off. You want to get your man up unit back out there. Flag down. Second penalty, so they're going to be 2 men down here. I think it was something at the midfield line in the substitution area. Too many men. Thirty-second penalty. So a 6-on-4 opportunity for Flagler. That's a 30-second penalty. First penalty, the full-time serve penalty, has 1:22 left. So Flagler's going to be 2 men up for 30 seconds. Want to get right into the offense. Got to get in good shooting positions. Stretch the defense out. Another flag down. Not sure why the whistle blew. It's got to be against Flagler. Oh, no. 39 in black for interference. So it's a stop when there's a second penalty. So 3 men down, very rare occurrence. Offensive players' dream come true. 6 offensive players, 3 defensive players, and a goalie. 19 seconds in the second penalty. Time, space, shot over the cage. Crowded penalty area with black shirts. Shot wide again. Tyler Douglas just can't find the target. There's Tobias. Oh, wide open on the backside. Saved by Francisco. Makusis was one-on-one, and Francisco was there to stop him, shut the door, and first penalty is released. It's 6-on-4 for a few more seconds. There's Tobias. Second penalty's released. Oh, another save by Francisco. He is standing on his head here in the fourth quarter, but here's a couple more penalty flags down. Things are getting a little chippy out there.
I think the 2-minute was 21. So it should be 6-on-5 right now.
But the referees sort this one out. A lot of traffic in the penalty box area. Makusis looks a little gimpy as he's coming off holding his left arm. So there's 2 Panthers in the penalty box. Referees sort this out. We'll get their call. Three minutes locked in. So the remainder of the game, for all intents and purposes, the way Francisco's playing in goal for the Panthers, another 3 men down opportunity, and Flagler, combination of sailing it over the cage and Francisco standing on his head making amazing saves. He's up to 14 saves on the day. Okay, so it's 2 men down as 39 runs back onto the field in black. 46 seconds in the game. Shot clock is irrelevant. Feed to the backside. Tobias hits his defender. It's a race to the end line. And Flagler's there to control it. Looking for the quick restart. There's Shaw. Feed to the crease. He's wide open. Can't handle it. That was a perfectly drawn play. 24 seconds. Here comes Florida Tech into the offensive end, assuming the victory formation, just trying to run out the clock. 10 seconds. This is a ranked Florida Tech team, mounting a fierce comeback today. Flagler battled hard, but great goalie play by both teams. And that's the final. Florida Tech 10, Flagler College 6. Thank you for listening to tonight's broadcast. Have a great evening.